Zaru soba is great, but here are 5 other ways to make cold soba noodles. First, let's make Tororo Soba. Let's make the Mentsuyu sauce first. It's equal parts mirin and soy sauce, about 50 milliliters each, and 4 parts water, about 200 milliliters here. I'll put in a teaspoon of dashi and a teaspoon of sugar. Bring that to a simmer so the dashi and sugar dissolves. Be sure to taste and adjust with water and sugar if it's too salty, or soy sauce if it's too sweet. Be careful not to let it reduce too long or it may become more intense. Once it looks like this, remove from the heat and let chill. Next, let's prepare the Tororo part of Tororo Soba. Tororo refers to grated yam. This yam, in fact. It's either nagaimo or yamaimo, but I'm really not sure of the difference. Either way, let's peel it and grate it. When you grate it, it becomes quite viscous like this, and I admit it's a mind over matter thing, but once you get used to it, it's quite a comforting and satisfying topping. But if it's not for you, feel free to skip ahead for the next recipe. Pour that in a bowl and set aside. Next, we have something else that's an acquired taste, and its first appearance on my channel, natto. Natto is fermented soybeans like this. They are actually a popular breakfast item in Japan, typically eaten on rice. They do have a unique odor to them. They can be off-putting to some, but I think it's similar to like an aged cheese. Mix together with a little of the sauce that it comes with until it glistens. And finally, let's cut some green onions. Okay, let's boil our soba. Give them a stir to prevent boil over. After 4 minutes, strain and promptly cool off with cold water. Give it a couple of tosses and let excess water drain. Assembly is very easy. Drop the noodles on a plate, pour the grated yam right on top, a spoonful of natto on the side, and sprinkle over the green onions. Pour over the chilled mentsuyu, and there it is, our first soba, Tororo Soba. Slippery and slurpy, but so satisfying. Okay, I realized Tororo Soba might have been a bit much of an acquired taste right out the gate, so let's take a look at a nice pork and daikon variation, Buta Oroshi Soba. Heat a large frying pan with a little vegetable oil, and cook some thinly sliced pork until it changes color. Add in 2 teaspoons each of soy sauce, sake, and sugar. Cook that stirring constantly until the liquid caramelizes the pork. The other toppings will be some long green onion, which I'll cut on the bias and break apart, and the daikon radish. I'll peel the end of the daikon and grate it similar as I did with the yam, but unlike the yam, the grated vegetable and the liquid should separate, which I'll squeeze out and discard, leaving us with just the grated daikon. Let's put on our water, boil our noodles, strain, rinse, toss, serve on a plate, place the grated daikon in the center, place the pork along the perimeter, cut green onions in the center, and let's add a little rayu chili oil to kick it up a notch. What? That's trademarked? Really? Pour over the same mentsuyu sauce, sprinkle a few sesame seeds. Grab some noodles with the pork. Don't tell Tororo Soba, but I think this might be my favorite so far. The pork was delicious but a little heavy, so let's lighten things up with a nice soba salad. There's a lot of veggie cutting, so let's do 3 at once. For the cucumber, carrot, and daikon, we'll cut off an edge to stabilize, cut slices, stack them up and cut through to make matching matchsticks like this, this, and this. Next, for a little color, I went with some red cabbage, which I'll cut in half, cut out the core, cut in quarters, and slice into thin strips like this. Next, this is a bit of a specialty item. It's called myoga. It's often referred to as Japanese ginger. It looks like a shallot but has a subtle ginger taste. Let's slice those and cut into strips. And finally, for an herbal note, I went with a little shisho, which I will roll up and chiffonade. Pick up the rolled pieces and drop to separate to get a nice fluffy nest of shisho. Let's put together the sesame and soy dressing. We will combine 4 tablespoons each of soy sauce and vinegar with 2 tablespoons each of sesame oil and mirin. Add a little teaspoon of sugar and mix to dissolve. Add in a tablespoon or so of sesame seeds and mix one more time. And that's our dressing. Let's boil and cool the noodles. This time, instead of a plate, we will add the chilled noodles in a large bowl. Add in the daikon, carrots, cucumbers, red cabbage, and myoga. Pour over some dressing. Use some long chopsticks or tongs to bring it together. Make sure the vegetables are evenly distributed and the noodles are coated in the dressing. Serve in a large dish, add a few more vegetables on top, pour over a bit more of the dressing to make it glisten, and top with shisho leaves. And that's a soba salad. Has a nice crunch to it, I love the herbal notes from the shiso. This is a really great salad. Don't tell Buta Oroshi Soba, but I think this might be the best yet. Okay, what's next? Next, Bibim Soba. This is inspired by the classic Korean bibimbap. Just like the original dish, we will need a lot of garlic. I'll chop up a bunch of garlic for bean sprouts, spinach, and meat. I'll set that in a little bowl for quick access. The bean sprouts on bibimbap are blanched and salted. This little side dish is called a namu. Blanch for 3 to 4 minutes or until softened. Use a spider to remove them from the pot. Place them in a bowl and dress with a little chili oil, a little spoonful of garlic, and give it a mix. Make sure to season to taste and add a little more salt if necessary. Give it one last mix and let's get on to the spinach. I'll heat a frying pan with a little oil and cook some frozen spinach. I'll toss in some garlic and crushed red peppers. I'll also add in just a splash of soy sauce. Once it's thawed, it's done, so I'll remove and set aside. On to the carrots. Instead of matchsticks like we did with the soba salad, we will grate them into finer pieces with a slicer. Make sure to use a hand guard if you have one. Break apart and set in a bowl. Season with salt, sesame oil, and sesame seeds. Give that a stir and set aside. In 15 to 20 minutes, just the salt will help them become nice and malleable. Let's prepare the sauce, which we will use to cook the meat and as the dressing. Combine a tablespoon of gochujang, add about 2 tablespoons each of soy sauce and sake, 1 tablespoon of mirin, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds, and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil. Mix together until smooth and fiery red. With this, let's cook the meat. Heat a large frying pan and saute about 300 grams or 10 ounces of ground meat. Dump in the rest of the garlic. Once it smells real fragrant, pour in about half the sauce. Let it reduce, cook until the meat caramelizes. With that looking good, let's set it aside and get our water onto the soba, same as before. Drop, stir, strain, rinse, toss, drain. Lay it out on the plate. Arrange the toppings with each color in its own section. Drizzle over the sauce. And as a bonus, add a pretty orange egg yolk. Eggs are often eaten raw in Japan, so they're held to a really high standard. But I would encourage you to make onsen tamago instead. Check out the gyudon video for that, linked in the description. Don't tell soba salad, but I think this might be the best one. Okay, finally, let's make a soba inspired by chirashi-zushi. Chirashi-zushi is a mix of ingredients on sushi rice, including egg, fish, and shrimp. Let's take that idea and make a soba with it. Let's rehydrate some shiitake mushrooms with some hot water. Hot water will speed up the rehydration process to about 30 minutes. While those rehydrate, let's beat 2 eggs, briefly fry them on each side, lay it out on a cutting board and cut into thin strips. Next, some mitsuba, often called Japanese parsley. We'll give these a somewhat rough chop. Okay, and the cucumber. I'll cut these a little differently than in the soba salad section of this video. Let's cut several strips at an angle. Stack them up and cut through. They are slightly smaller than the other method, but they have cool little green diamonds on the tips. We will also use some daikon sprouts, which I'll just cut off the root end, and they should come apart nicely. For the seafood, I'll use some salmon flakes, which are salted and come in jars like this, boiled and peeled shrimp, and ikura, which is salmon roe. Okay, it's been a half an hour, so let's remove the tough stems and slice the mushrooms thinly. Now with that all prepared, let's make soba one last time. Drop, boil, strain, rinse, toss, drain. Lay it out on a plate. Let's start layering with egg, which I started to place with chopsticks delicately, but chirashi actually means scatter, so let's just do that. On the first layer of egg, add the cucumber, chopped mitsuba, sliced shiitake mushrooms, daikon sprouts, salmon flakes, salmon roe, and shrimp. On the side, I will squeeze a little wasabi, and finally pour over the mentsuyu. And there we have chirashi soba. Don't tell Bibim Soba, but I think this might be the best one. So there we have it, soba 5 ways. Let me know in the comments below which of the 5 you'd like to try. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and check out one of these videos next. Thanks for watching.